Hey there, Max here. You know this moment when you're sitting on your bed for hours, checking out your Tinder, just hoping for girls to match with you or for girls to text you back. When you go back home after a party and you're by yourself and you don't really understand why no one wanted to talk with you, why no girl ended up with you, while the other guys actually happened to apparently easily get with other girls. But the point is that for you, it's not working out and you feel very frustrated about it. I know I have, and I know how bad it feels. Today, we are going to change that to get you better results, but also help you just basically feel better about dating as a whole. I know that being in a scarcity mindset really sucks because it makes you chase. It's when you're gonna go after girls, even if they didn't really earn the fact that you will be chasing them. Being in a scarcity mindset also makes you kind of boring in the sense that you're afraid to lose the girls you're talking to, so you don't take risks, you don't act bold. Basically, you stay super safe because you don't want bad things to happen. And as a result, you're not very interesting and people don't really want to talk with you. Change that to replace this scarcity mindset by an abundance mindset. You want to change your behavior to be less chasing, to be less needy. Instead, give the girls you talk to space so they can be the ones chasing you. But then again, if you're in this scarcity mindset, you can't do that. A guy who's in an abundance mindset, on the other hand, is a guy who's gonna get girls to chase him simply because he's not trying as hard. And I can understand it's a little bit paradoxical, it's a little bit counterproductive that you will get more results in trying less. And for most things in life, it works that way. You try harder, you get more results. The thing is that with dating, that's not really how it works. And when you try harder to seduce a girl, when you try harder to show a girl why she should go out with you, it's actually going to do the opposite. It's going to make her feel that if you have to try hard, it's because you're lacking options. And if you're lacking options, it's because you're not attractive. I understand that there it's a little bit illogical, it's a little bit paradoxical, but that's how you're gonna come off to girls that you try to date if you are trying too hard, if you're too focused on your outcome. And that's really this focus, this intense focus on your outcome that's going to put you in this scarcity mindset. The problem with someone who's in a scarcity mindset is that by focusing so much on the outcome, you're going to make so many mistakes that will be easily avoided by being okay, being fine with the fact that not everyone is going to like you, not every girl is going to want to sleep with you. By giving girl this opportunity to walk away and to reject you, you're actually going to appear more attractive, more confident, and you're going to get out of this scarcity mindset. See, when you're having this scarcity mindset, you're going to make a lot of mistakes that could be easily avoided. For example, you're going to say stupid things because you feel that you have to entertain the girl or she's going to go away. If you didn't care about the outcome and if you were fine with her while walking away, you wouldn't feel the need to entertain her. And it's a huge sign that you're in this scarcity mindset and that you're not that attractive. If you feel that you always have to talk, if you feel that you always have to be doing something to get girls attracted to you. Also, if you're in this scarcity mindset, you can't build sexual tension with girls because again, if you're talking all the time because you feel you have to or the girl is going to go away, she doesn't have time to invest in the interaction. She doesn't have time to wonder what you want with her. She doesn't have time to think or expect that you want to fuck her. Really, to get out of this scarcity mindset, it starts by, well, maybe shutting the fuck up and talking less, to give girls more space to invest in the conversation, to wonder what you're going to do next. And I'm sure you can very well see this if you go out with other guys. If a guy is talking all the time, the girl is going to feel overwhelmed more than anything else, while actually we want her to feel curious, engaged, and attracted. Another problem if you're in a scarcity mindset is that by focusing so much on the outcome, you won't be able to build this emotional connection. If you're always trying things to get the girl, she never has time or space to herself get to know you. We know that it's very important to have this mutual emotional connection between you and her, but if you're the only one working for this interaction, she doesn't have time to work for you. And if she doesn't work for you, if you don't give her the opportunity to work for you, she's never going to be emotionally invested in you. So a very concrete example of this, last week I went out with a guy and he couldn't stop talking. A very great guy. If you watch this video, hi to you. But this guy couldn't stop talking, and immediately when you hang out with someone who can't stop talking, it feels like this person doesn't care about you first, and then it feels like this person is quite insecure. The same translates when you're talking to girls. If you're in this scarcity mindset and you're talking to girls and you just can't stop talking, you just feel like you always have to try to do something. Well, again, it shows that you don't have a lot of options, and that's very unattractive. On top of being frustrating, because then the whole exchange becomes one-sided. If there is always one person trying to convince the other person that they are interesting, or if there is always one person trying to do things for the interaction, they are monopolizing the interaction, and it should not work like that. You should always give the person in front of you, the girl in front of you, the opportunity to invest in the conversation as well. And again, when you're in this scarcity mindset, when you're maybe a little bit insecure, it's very difficult to stop talking. It's very difficult to give this conversation 3 seconds of nothing, 3 seconds of space, because during those 3 seconds, well, you have a chance that the girl just goes away, or you have a chance that the girl feels that you're awkward, but you still need to give her some space. Because if you give her some space, she might very well invest in the interaction. She might very well ask you a question to try to get to know you. See, many guys feel that they need to keep talking, they need to keep doing things, or the girl is just going to go away. It doesn't work like that. When you go up to a girl, you shouldn't be looking for the interaction to always be super exciting, to always be super interesting. Most of the interaction should actually be normal. It should be a friendly conversation. And it's the 20% of the interaction that's going to be sexual, that's going to be spiking her emotions, that's going to tell her that, okay, you're here to make something romantic happen. But most of the conversation should be normal. It's okay if there are times when you're not talking to her. Just make sure she doesn't forget that you exist. But if you're in an interaction with a girl, in a conversation with a girl, and for, let's say, 5 seconds, you say nothing, that's okay. She will feel that there is this kind of awkwardness in the conversation. And maybe if she wants to get to know you, she will say something, she will ask you a question about yourself. That's an example of how you can get girls to be more interested in you, to be more invested in the interaction, just by trying less hard, by doing less things. If you do less, it gives them more opportunity to actually be the ones doing things. The funny thing with dating is that when you get really good at this, the less you do, the more people are going to find you awesome. And the harder you try, the more people are going to feel that you're weird. A lot of time I have this funny situation when I go up to a group of girls and I try to get to know them, and I do very, very, very little. I just pay attention to, say, engaging things, but in terms of quantity of efforts, I do very little. And very often those girls tell me that I'm so awesome, that I'm so cool, while in practice I did almost nothing. And the difference between the guy who will have such non-reactive behavior and another guy who will try too hard is, well, the fact that when you're trying hard, again, people assume that you have to. And when you don't try hard, people assume that, well, you don't have to try hard. Honestly, guys who don't have to try hard are so rare that there's going to be this sort of halo effect around you, and by not doing much, by not trying hard, people are just going to assume that you're so amazing, and they are just going to assume they are lucky to be talking with you. That's really what it's all about. When you are in an abundance mindset, you don't care about the outcome because you don't need to. If you are already dating a few girls, or at the very least, if you have the confidence that you can go up to a girl and have a fair chance to seduce her, well, you won't care about the outcome and you won't be in this scarcity mindset. Really, to get out of this scarcity mindset, you want to shift your focus from a specific outcome with a specific girl to just being social, enjoying meeting people, and focusing on the fact that, well, you enjoy meeting people, not so much on the fact that something may happen at the end. And again, it's paradoxical because the less you focus on making something happen at the end, the higher your chances of something actually happening at the end. So if you find yourself too nervous or maybe too jittery when approaching girls, here is a hack for you. You want to make it a conscious decision to say, fuck it, relax, and give her the opportunity to walk away. If she walks, she walks. She was not interested. that's all right. And you will see that not everything is within your control, and that's okay. Some girls, no matter how good your game is, you can't do anything about it. They had a bad day and they don't want to talk to any guy. If you're able to give some space to girls like that, you will see that, well, they will be more receptive to your approaches simply because they are more comfortable. They see that you don't try as hard, and they will have the opportunity to invest in the interaction and to engage in the interaction. If you're having trouble getting girls to chase you, this is really what you want to do. You just want to give them the opportunity to actually freaking do it, to actually chase you.